Students sample a sandwich crafted by a Shawnee Mission classmate that was served at the White House. Elementary students keep their reading and math skills sharp thanks to a special summer program. Casey Wolf shows a more serious side as he shares his ABCs for success. And Shawnee Mission students take part in one of the biggest jam sessions ever. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. Westridge Middle School students had a chance to dine like those at a White House dinner when they tried out an award-winning recipe created by one of their peers. The Westridge kitchen chopped up veggies and cooked up lots of ground beef to prepare yummy cabbage sloppy joes. The recipe comes from Westridge Student Rori Coyne, who submitted it to First Lady Michelle Obama's Healthy Lunchtime Challenge. Rori's recipe was selected as one of the winners in this contest that encouraged families to develop an original lunchtime dish that is healthy, affordable, and delicious.
Me and my mom actually came out with it like in January, I think, so it wasn't like we made the recipe for the contest. We already had it and we eat it a lot, so we decided to enter that because it's healthy and it had all the requirements.
A few weeks before the Westridge Wildcats had a chance to try out Rori's creation, her healthy lunch item, made with a variety of vegetables, was served at the first ever Kids State Dinner at the White House. As the award-winning chef, Rori was invited to attend.
I got there and we took a tour around Washington and we went to the White House and we got to meet Michelle Obama and get our pictures taken with her.
At the luncheon, Rori found out not only was she a winner, but her recipe would also be one of just 4 selected to be served.
I was like freaking out and I thought it was really cool because they actually get to try my recipe and everyone at my table ate like everything off of it and it was really good. And then the president came in and he was talking for a while and then I shook his hand and it was really cool.
Back at Westridge, there's word that yummy cabbage sloppy joes may not be just a one-time item.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the students' reactions as well, to see if it's something that we can include in our menus.
So what did Rori's classmates think of this healthier sloppy joe?
It's really, really good. Like, I thought it'd be nasty, but it's really, really good. It's like healthy too. It's delicious.
Westridge students weren't the only ones invited to sample Rori's award-winning recipe. Superintendent Jean Johnson stopped by to give it a try, and so did Associate Superintendent Gillian Chapman and several members of the Shawnee Mission School Board.
It was delicious. It was delicious. It was as if it was a recipe for a gourmet ketchup in order to make it a really delicious sloppy joe.
I thought the sandwich was absolutely delicious. And I'm really glad it was nutritious as well because it was that good. And I'm excited. I would like to get the recipe.
Even with all the raves for her recipe, Rori seems to be keeping her newfound fame in perspective.
I think it's like really cool because, I just started a new school and now everyone knows who I am. So it's really nice.
In addition to winning the Washington D.C. trip, Rori's recipe was also featured in an online cookbook. For a copy of her recipe, visit our website at smsd.org. When we come back, we'll check out a program helping students hit the ground running as the school year begins.
Hi, my name is Abby, and I read the book A Prairie Peter Pan by Beverly Olson Buller. This book is about the life of Mary White. She was born on June 18, 1904. Her father, William Allen White, was a famous author. She grew up in Emporia, Kansas. She loved riding her horse, playing pranks, and later driving her car around town. She stood up for all girls' rights. One day, she was riding around on her horse and waving at someone. She didn't notice a tree branch and was hit in the head. A few months later, she died. Now there is a park in Emporia named after her, called Peter Pan Park. She is considered a Peter Pan because she never grew up. I rate this book 4 out of 5 stars because it was interesting and sad. Read it.
Welcome back. Some Shawnee Mission Elementary students got a jump start on the school year thanks to a special summer learning program.
When you subtract, what do you get?
Jumpstart is a federally funded program for 3 weeks for students at the Shawanoe building that need extra help with reading and math. And so they get an hour tutoring of math in the morning, and then the second hour is tutoring in reading.
I never gotten a package like this.
District students who showed special academic need were invited to take part in the summer program. Their siblings were also invited to attend. Others who showed an interest in being part of the program were added until the program was filled. This year, 62 students attended all 3 weeks, led by 16 Shawnee Mission educators.
We've got a great staff. They're from all different buildings. Most teachers are working with the same grade level that they are used to working with during the school year.
Race me, race me.
Blue Jacket Flint teacher Lucas Shivers spent his time working with 3 fourth-grade boys on reading, math, and more.
We've talked a lot about different perk skills, kindness, respect, and cooperation and being able to work together, and they've done really well with those things. And then the skill advancement's a really nice thing to have in place so they can just remember how to work with decimals, how to multiply, just kind of refreshing some of those skills from the past so that they're ready to hit the ground running for 5th grade.
Jumpstart students say they think the extra work will pay off.
If you don't work hard, you won't have like a house, children, you won't have money, and mostly you wouldn't be smart.
You learn. It's like learning in fun land. It's really fun. It's probably going to make me a lot smarter.
A lot of times you see kids that come back in August that have lost so much from the previous year. So even just helping them retain what they have learned from the previous year is great. And then seeing those small gains in math and reading is awesome to see too.
I've learned like so many things, extraordinary things. It makes me feel proud of myself.
At Belinder Elementary, hundreds of students hit the track for an afternoon of fun and fundraising.
Well, the Walk-a-thon has been going on for a long time, and it helps raise money for the school. And what do?
Well, we walk around the soccer field and we get marks for every lap we do.
The Walk-a-thon is an annual event that we do here at Belinder in order to raise money for our Race for Excellence fund.
The fund provides extra resources for student activities and other school needs. But there's a lot more to the Walk-a-thon than fundraising.
And we just want kids to come out and have fun and promote fitness by doing laps around our outside track here. And they just have fun and walk with their friends and listen to the music.
This year, sporting Kansas City forward Teal Bunbury cheered students on with his buddy Blue.
What's going on? Walk-a-thon 2012. My man Blue, the crew.
In addition to meeting the students, Teal signed just about everything, from trading cards to water bottles, even some shoes.
On your mark, get set, go!
While walking was the transportation mode for most, for fun, some students took to tricycles for a little friendly competition.
I think kids are having a lot of fun. I think every year they look forward to this event. They look forward to seeing if they will get their name drawn out of the hat for the prizes. They look forward to seeing who the special guests will be and have fun.
It's fun and you get to stay healthy, and also it's a fundraiser for your school. You get to talk and walk, and if you're not with your friend, it doesn't really make it as fun.
This was the 10th year for Belinder's Walk-a-thon. Up next, Find out the special connection between the Chiefs mascot, Casey Wolf, and the principal of Mill Creek Elementary. Plus, high school students help the district kick off live football telecasts when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns. Mill Creek Elementary students may watch the Kansas City Chiefs games in a new way after a visit from a very special guest.
Boys and girls, we're going to start off by singing our school song. Casey Wolf has not heard our school song yet, so we have to sing us loud and proud.
It was time to reveal the man in the wolf clothing, Dan Mears, who had a special message for Mill Creek students, his ABCs for success.
Number one, choice, positive attitude. Number two, look for the best in others and treat them with respect. And finally, the last one was C. And what did C stand for?
After explaining more on each of his points to the students, it was time for some fun KC Wolf style.
Kids are always fun. I mean, you show up in a costume, you've got their attention immediately, and you know, my goal is always to entertain them. I want them to have fun at these programs, but at the same time, I want to get a positive message across to them.
Mission accomplished. Before Casey Wolf left the building, he took time to answer a few questions from some Mill Creek journalists.
How long does it take to put on your costume?
I usually take about 4 or 5 minutes to put it on, but I like to take my time to make sure I get my everything's on straight, and make sure you get your head on straight.
Mears says he never would have dreamed he could make a career out of being a mascot.
When I went to college, I started off as a Tiger at the University of Missouri, and I did that strictly for fun, and traveled all over the United States. And then when I graduated, I actually went to work for the St. Louis Cardinals wearing a bird suit, and shortly after that, I got a call from the Chiefs to see if I'd be interested in being this character, KC Wolf. And I thought, well, I'll do it for a couple of years and have fun, and then I can go out and get a real job. Well, that was 23 years ago, and I'm still having fun and sporting a wife and 3 kids, acting like a nut in an outfit.
Mill Creek Principal John Bartell has a special connection to Mears that goes back to his college days at Kansas State University.
Dan, who played Casey Wolf, who plays Casey Wolf, was Truman the Tiger at the same time I was Willie the Wildcat at K-State. And when he came out the first time, I reintroduced myself, and we make it a plan for him to come out on Red Friday, the first Red Friday every year. It's been that way for the 4 years I've been here.
Great guy, great principal, and it's always fun to come and visit his school.
There's a new way to enjoy high school football and other sports in Shawnee Mission as SMSD Productions gives high school students real-world experience in sports broadcasting.
3, 2, 1, rolling the open, track it.
This is Shawnee Mission football going live for the first time on the district cable channel and streaming on the district website. All powered by high school broadcasters.
All right, guys, we'll be coming to you guys out of this. 1, and you're up.
On the field, Shawnee Mission Northwest faces Shawnee Mission South. On the sidelines, students served as play-by-play commentators, camera operators, tape playback technicians, audio engineers, and floor directors to get the game on the air. The students say they appreciate the opportunity to be part of a production team.
It's very valuable. You know, you can look at the textbooks all you want, but actually going out there and, you know, working with the crew and getting out there is the best experience you can get.
It's really an extension. We did some live basketball. The first time Shawnee Mission School District had ever done live sports going directly to the cable stations. So we're following that up for the second tier. We're doing 3 football games this year, and tonight is our first football venture.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Overland Park, Kansas, here at Shawnee Mission.
I've always loved the idea of announcing things. I see people all the time on like ESPN or CBS for college basketball, college football. I've always wanted to be that person that kind of like excites everybody at home just to have fun with it while I'm out here.
I am running the camera on the sidelines. I'm going to be running around with another girl, Monica, and she's going to help me like pull the cord, and she's going to be on camera. And I'm just going to get lots of good shots of the players and the crowd and the cheerleaders and fun stuff.
The Shawnee Mission School District has a great program in place. Every high school has a radio TV teacher, and they basically learn how to shoot and how to edit. So what I do is that we come in with our department out of the communications group and recruit these kids to help us with some of the district events.
I'm very excited to cover the game. Hopefully we do a really good job.
This is a great opportunity. Even though I'm a little nervous, I'm sure it'll turn out fine.
I like having these kind of experiences. It's going to help me with my future job.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love cheering on our team and being there to support them, so it's really fun.
In addition to football, sports productions include boys and girls basketball and student-recorded highlights of other high school sporting events. Up next, middle school students get their shot at sports thanks to Shawnee Mission's intramural program. And students across the district take a minute to get moving with more than 1 million others.
Hi, my name is Ellie, and I read the book The Strange Case of Origami Yoda by Tom Engelberger. This book is loaded with tons of different stories from Macquarie Middle School. These stories relate to how Dwight, the oddball, and his Origami Yoda give advice to truth-seeking students in the 6th grade. Everyone wonders how Origami Yoda can be so smart when Dwight is so clueless. Tommy, case file manager, needs to know before he asks Yoda a very important question. To learn more about Dwight, Tommy, Origami Yoda, and hear more case file stories, read this book. I rate this book 5 out of 5 stars for its funny but interesting storyline that you will never want to put down. Only to survive 6th grade must you have Yoda's wisdom. Read it, you must.
Welcome back. Ever noticed how getting your body moving can help keep your mind alert? That's the idea behind the JAMmin Minute. These students at Belinder Elementary are taking part in a giant jam session. Normally, this short burst of physical activity is used in district classrooms as a quick way to keep students physically active during the day. But for 1 minute on one morning, the JAMmin Minute reached beyond the students in the Shawnee Mission School District.
So today's JAMmin Minute was working on setting the world record. At 10 o'clock today, schools across the country were participating in this event. We had over 1 million people across the world participating today.
In all, more than 1.3 million exercisers helped set the 2012 JAM World Record, including Shawnee Mission Superintendent Gene Johnson.
It's really been a lot of fun, and it's always fun to get a big effort by our entire school district.
Apache physical education teacher Sue Stinson helped coordinate the district-wide effort.
A JAMmin Minute is a 1 minute of physical activity that our teachers can actually use in their classroom when their students need a fitness break. They can pull it up on their computer and perform 1 minute of exercise, because we know that our students need those little brain breaks to get up and moving so they can continue to do their best in their studies.
It's a fun little break. It makes you giggly a bit to see your principal dancing. It gets your blood pumping just a little bit because you're only doing it for 1 minute, and it's fun.
Students weren't the only ones taking advantage of this fitness break. Even teachers got involved. But behind all this crazy fun, there's an important purpose.
Kids nowadays have little opportunity to be active, depending on the circumstances of the families, and then what we can do at schools to help encourage them and ingrain in them as children that hopefully that will follow through as an adult.
Shawnee Mission's middle school students are getting a taste of friendly competition thanks to the district's intramural sports program. On this afternoon, teams from Indian Hills, Hawker Grove, Indian Woods, and Westridge took to the diamond to crown a kickball champion. In one of the preliminary matches, Indian Woods defeated Westridge, but that didn't dampen the enthusiasm of the Westridge players.
I just like intramurals in general. You get to hang out with your friends after school. You get to have a little fun. If you're good, you get to go to districts. This is always fun.
It's a fun team sport.
Kickball is one of 8 intramural sports offered for middle school students. But why would students choose to give up their valuable after-school time to participate?
Because it was something to do and it was fun. It's going to be a challenge.
Indian Hills faced off against Hawker Grove in the other preliminary match. On this day, Indian Hills would move on to the final game. On the field, kickball was the order of the day. Off the field, cheer clubs gave some students another way to take part.
We are the Knights from IHMS.
Mallory Lovell sponsors the cheer club at Indian Hills.
The purpose behind it is to get kids involved in something else just besides school. It gives them kind of the extra incentive to be here and want to be at school.
The social aspect isn't the only reason teachers like the program.
You know, one of the intentions of the intramural programs, aside from getting kids together and giving them something to do outside of the school day or outside of the regular classroom setting, is to get them active and keep them involved. And yeah, the physical component's a big part of that. Giving them something outdoors, especially in the nice weather, is just something great to do.
1, 2, 3,
With preliminary competition complete, it was time to kick the tournament into high gear with the championship game pitting the Indian Hills Knights against the Indian Woods Wolves. Indian Woods would go on to take home the tournament title, and this year's victory was even sweeter.
Makes me feel pretty proud because last year we took second and this year we came back.
Good job, Mustache Boy. Good job.
In addition to kickball, fall intramural sports include cross-country, flag football, and volleyball. In the spring, students can take part in wiffle ball, 5-on-5 basketball, soccer, and table tennis. That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.